Onwards we go! Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin 2. This is episode 5. I'm XenoGeno Matt. Last time we finished up with the Hole of Beasts and we moved on to this new cave, the White Flower Garden. We got through one sub-level. Again, we're greeted with a rusty, metallic sort of floor layout. And already we have found a bottle cap. Neat. I see another treasure right there. It appears to be a jewel heart. Dr. Pepper. Drought Ender. Gotta love the product placement in this game. I feel like, I don't know, it gives this game some soul, you know? Now these enemies, we saw these guys in Pikmin 1, and they are a lot less devastating in this game. Just fire in general is a lot less devastating. The time to kill in Pikmin 1 was pretty short, but in Pikmin 2 they've extended that a little bit. And here we have the Petrified Heart. He'll still... This is a fiery blowhog. I don't even know if I said the name. I just kind of skipped into talking about him. Onwards we go! I don't feel like bringing back the fiery blowhogs to the ship. They would take a while, and they wouldn't take that long, but like, the value that they provide in Pokos is probably not worth the effort. Sub-level 3. From the music on this floor, I believe this sounds like a very peaceful floor. How can a flower so deep underground bloom so robustly? How mysterious. This place is conspicuously warm. Could it act as a kind of hothouse for foliage? What an interesting development. The Pikmin learn as if they long to be tossed into the flower. Forgot to do the ship voice. Oh well. The ship learned fluent, non-robotic speech for a second. Also, while I have Pikmin of the same color out, I can press up and down on the D-pad to select whether I'm holding, like, what stage of, Pikmin life I'm holding. So I see that there's one leaf, and the Pikmin we make are going to be leaves, so I might as well throw in the one leaf. And these ivory candy pop buds have produced white Pikmin. Incredible. A white Pikmin. It is tiny, but looks distinctly swift. Its eyes are an unseemly red. This type of Pikmin was not mentioned in your notes, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Our data record on this type is a blank page, since a certain captain never documented them. You must experiment and make detailed observations for the benefit of future generations, until they are designated to only mission mode for Pikmin 3. So, a little bit about white Pikmin. As you may have guessed from the... there's a thing called the hazard description in the beginning, before entering the cave. Ooh, Honeywisp. White Pikmin are immune to poison hazards. Why am I missing so many Pikmin? Did I not take them all from the start? Or did I, like, leave all the rest of the reds right there? Yep, that's what I did. I think there's another Honeywisp. Yes, there is. So apart from being immune to poison, white Pikmin have a few other interesting characteristics. They are the fastest of all the types of Pikmin. As you'll notice here, they'll always be at the front. They're faster than the other types. Another thing they can do, if you can see through the Pikmin. Oh my gosh, it's a party. Oh, the purple Pikmin is getting engulfed by the tape. Amazing. The white Pikmin have unearthed a treasure that was completely buried in the ground. Perhaps those beady red eyes of theirs allow them to sense objects buried in the dirt. Yep. Now there is one cave in this game that does not list poison hazards at the start of the dungeon. There might even be two, actually. But I know for a fact that there's one in a new area we'll be going to that I know of. Now, although it doesn't list that there's poison hazards, there may still be treasures buried underground, so you're always better off taking at least one white Pikmin with you. Optimally, I don't know, I usually go in with like anywhere between 5 and 15, just in case of any treasures like that. Super Stick Textile. Excellent. On we go! The vast majority of this game is spent underground, which, after many hours of doing this, can get a little bit, I guess, like, tedious, or just kind of, like, depressing. Simply because the above-ground areas are so, like, vibrant and colorful and full of life. And then you come to, like, this place, and it's like, what's here? You know, like, a poison generator. Also, captains can't be hurt by poison, so go crazy. But, like, there's this poison generator, there's nothing else. There's nothing here. There's a treasure. There's nothing up there. Another thing about this game is while the floors will always have the same, like, sub-level 4 of White Flower Garden will always have the same elements, being, like, poison generators, as well as the same treasures if you haven't collected them yet. But the vast majority of the floors in the caves in this game are actually randomly generated every time. So it adds a little bit of replayability, but that comes at the price of, you know, sometimes you have hallways that lead to nowhere. And just places that exist just to exist. Oh my gosh, they are really hauling with that mushroom. Toxic Toadstool. Yeah, this particular floor might always be the same. I'm not entirely sure. Just because I feel like I've seen this layout, although just because I've seen this layout before, again, doesn't mean that it's not a little bit somewhat randomly generated every time. Typically when you get to the later like areas, I guess, because yeah, each one of those treasures was locked behind a poison generator. I feel like this is a short tutorial floor. Floors that have like some sort of significance to them, such as like a tutorial for how to use white Pikmin to shut off poison generators. This is probably not randomly generated, but the next one very well might be. A little bit of neat game design trivia for you there. On to sub-level 5. Oh, are we at the final floor already? Yep. Okay, now yeah, the final floors of caves, they're not randomly generated. Some of them may be reused in further areas, but I know for a fact that this one in particular is not. What do I want to do here? Alright, do I play it safe? You know, we haven't lost a Pikmin yet, so let's just play it safe. This is the burrowing Snagrit, back with a vengeance from Pikmin 1. If you want to play it incredibly safe, you know, well, let's take some risks. Alright, nice. See, if I missed a Pikmin there, he would have plucked at him. He's a lot easier to fight than in Pikmin 1. You can consistently beat him pretty easily. He's going to eat them. Do not. Oh, you best. Okay. Well, there's the first 3 Pikmin deaths of the playthrough. And it's because I was impatient. Oh well. No one wants to watch me avoid the bird for about like 5 minutes. Well done, Captain Olimar. You defeated that freakish half-bird, half-servant hybrid. Oh no. Don't tell me. That treasure was ingested by that beast, wasn't it? Yes, sir. I carry the bird head back. Spoils of war. Alright, come on everybody. There's no more space for you on that glove. Or that bird. I'll take my purples with me. We got all these eggs here. Ah, wow. Oh my gosh, that's lucky. Wow. Getting a short cutscene for that. The red liquid you see contains refined ultra spicy essence. 1 drop contains 1 dose. Press down on D-pad to spray the extract on your entire group. Interesting. Okay, wow. I wasn't expecting that. The 5-man knapsack. This material looks comfortable. I will use it to patch the boss's favorite sleeping bag. Seam test. Conclusive. Cross-stitching. Successful. The knapsack is complete. When you have an occupied time interval, press and hold X to take a nap. Now this can be pretty handy, I've learned over the years. I remember when I first got it, I was like, this is useless. Why would I ever want this? Also, here's a neat little glitch. So, normally how this is supposed to work is I lose control of Olimar as soon as he steps up to drink the nectar, or the potion. But if you push him into it with Louie, he'll drink it, and then you can also hop on it as well. And you'll see there that I got two potions from one spray, or like 1 drop. Also, the use for the knapsack is you can use it to do a bit of multitasking. By taking a rest, the Pikmin will carry you back to the onions or the ship. So, like, let's say you wanted to go back and get Pikmin that were still at base, but you didn't want to, like, manually walk there yourself. That's an easy way of doing that. You just have to be mindful of the route that the Pikmin will take to carry you back. Because if they walk you right through, like, 3 Bulborbs, you might not even get there, and the Pikmin carrying you might be lost. Back out we are. Let's finish up the day here. Let's see what we can get done. So now we have white Pikmin. I'm going to split off here, and I'm going to take them because I need them to break down a... There are gates here that have poison on them. And these can take a while. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show off the potion. Potion. Yeah. Said that weird. Astounding. The heads of the Pikmin are glowing, and they seem extremely agitated. The ultra spicy spray appears to increase Pikmin speed and attack power. What a discovery. So yep, by spraying these white Pikmin with that potion, they'll work faster on taking down that gate, and I can work on getting some more berries. Another neat little trivia note that you probably have picked up on, but maybe not. The name Olimar is his Japanese name, Orima, Orima, is an anagram of Mario, and as such, you've got Luigi. So there you go. Mario and Luigi, if they were interstellar, tiny space explorers. How about that? I hear them taking down the door. I feel like there's something I forgot to do. You ever get that feeling? Like, I feel like usually I'm closer to evening when by the time I'm taking down this gate. What did I forget to do? I could take them back, spray them all, and waste a spray, or I can wait here for a few seconds. Let's observe the area. So we got these nice cherry blossoms falling. We've got a creeping chrysanthemum thinking that he can hide in plain sight. And we have a broken gate and some poison generators that are about to be no more. Alright, yeah. Come at me. And then hurt yourself. Attack! They just up and annihilated the poor guy. We've got a bridge here that can be built by Pikmin, but just swarming them onto there. And here is the other half of the globe. Fascinating. This object is highly similar to the one you found in the Valley of Repose. By examining this further, I may be able to extrapolate new planetary data. I see you. Let's see what I can make out there. Got Australia. Let's see Brazil. Oh wow, that was fast. Okay. Throw some purples on that. Let's throw some everyone on there. And then throw the rest onto here. On second thought, I could have done something different. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get by. See, now this is what I'm talking about. Now it's a little more closer to evening. A little closer, not more closer. Got some plants here. Our treasure gauge reacts to something over in this area. Nothing above ground, so I'd be willing to wager that there's something under the ground. And as such, squad out. I have some white Pikmin with me. Female shear grubs. Ah. What's up, Onion? Olimar, we have a problem. The onion has ceased ejecting seeds. Is it malfunctioning? Interesting. It now seems the number of life forms within the onion has increased. Didn't you note that no more than 100 Pikmin will venture onto the planet at once? But I currently observe only 95 on the surface. Could there be wild Pikmin somewhere? Things to consider going forward. Wild Pikmin. Now over here. Ooh! New enemy. Iridescent flint beetle. The easiest way to deal with these guys, they're completely harmless, and they just give you stuff for hitting them, because they're kind of hard to hit. But the easiest way to deal with them is just throw a purple Pikmin, and when he goes down to, like, thud, he homes in on them. And here we have the geographic projection. This hemisphere also contains a hidden microchip. I will attempt to decrypt the stored data. Decoding complete. As I surmised, the chip contains additional topographic data. The data has been inputted into my database. I shall name it the survey chart. Wow, a lot just happened. Look at him in midair. What a sick flip. Oh, and I stunned the female sheer grub. Oh, and I got him with that. Whoa. Is it just me, or does that look like purple potion? Also, I'm not going to be using the potion glitch for... Okay, it was red. Okay, interesting. But I'm not going to be using the potion glitch on everything I come across. I feel like that would be a little bit cheap. Or am I missing a Pikmin? I think there's one back at base. That's fine. Just kidding. Here he is. That was not fine. If I left that purple Pikmin, I would have been upset. Let's get these white Pikmin up on the ledge. You know what? I don't know what I'm waiting for. I can get more Pikmin up on there. I'm wasting nothing but the day. Come on, everybody. Do I have all hands on deck? I do. Okay. That was fast. Well, then again, I'm only like 3 feet from base. And here we have the Pilgrim Bulb. Should have 95, and we do. I might just have enough time to grab some last-minute berries. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be very close. I think we got plenty of time. Alright, Chip, I know. I'm calling them back. Olimar, Louis, the sun will be setting soon. Call all of your Pikmin to you. This planet's native nocturnal lifeforms are ferocious and therefore dangerous. Load your Pikmin into the Onion and load yourselves into my hull so we can take refuge in low orbit. Pikmin in your squad will enter the Onion on their own at a day's end, so call them all to you. Oh, more berries. Alas, it was not meant to be. Also, Pikmin nearby the ship will, and onions will also automatically enter the Onion. So on that note, we are going to manually end the day. And just like the purple Pikmin, the white Pikmin are also stored with us in the ship. Goodbye, dwarf bulborbs. Not bad, not bad at all. 2,100 Pokos earned just from today. Raised our numbers by 37 Pikmin, and experienced our first 3 losses of the Let's Play. Mail today comes from the President. Olimar, good work so far. I hereby promote you to Perennial Manager. Press X to divide up work, and Y to delegate more to your subordinate leader. Hope all goes smoothly. How kind. And next time, we'll be exploring another new area, the Perplexing Pool. But before that, let's go check out the Piclopedia and our treasures. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of new things. Oh my gosh. Whew, okay. I'll read half of them, like, this episode, and then read the other half next episode. Fiery Blowhog. Sus Draconis. Blowhog family. This creature expels a volatile phosphorus compound from its snout that combusts upon contact with air. Its fire-breathing ability is dependent upon the air-to-fuel ratio at its mouth. Catalyst reaction within the expelled compound... Oh, just listing things up. Catalyst reaction within the expelled compound and purification of the compound. Thus, it is highly unlikely that such a complex process could cause the spontaneous explosion of a fallen blowhog. This process is also perhaps to avoid risk of spontaneous combustion in the belly of a live specimen. However, one should still treat a fiery blowhog with great care, even after its life functions have ceased. Iridescent flint beetle. Pillae envelopens. Yeah, that's it, envelopens. Flint beetle family. Flint beetles are nocturnal, choosing to hide in the grass by day and stay active at night. These creatures keep undigested food pellets in their stomachs to sustain them through the winter, but given the right stimulus, they will spit them out. Recent research has revealed that these pellets are enveloped in a membrane that seals and preserves them in a sterile, airtight environment. If kept at room temperature, it seems that this pellet membrane will keep its contents fresh for up to 6 months. The membrane may be made from the same substance that gives the exoskeleton of the flint beetle its beautiful sheen. Interesting. Let's see what Louis has to say. Roast this flavorful beast for several hours, letting it stew in its own succulent juices. Don't worry about overcooking this beast. It's scorch-proof. And an essential flavor-accentuating ingredient in gumbo and jambalaya. Also delicious in soups, broths, and marinades. Actually, I'll read through the Picklepedia this episode, then go. Starting next episode, I'll read the treasures. Sheargrub female. I'm not even going to attempt to read the scientific name. Mandiblard family. The males of this species are purple and black creatures with tapered mouths, while the females are lighter in color and lack an armored exoskeleton. As with most mandiblards, these creatures have regressed to the point where they have lost both legs and wings. They can be seen crawling around on the ground and are believed to feed on the vegetable extracts from the congealed fluids of expired Pikmin. Yikes. For an unforgettable quiche, slice this creature up and mix with 4 eggs, 2 vine-ripe tomatoes, diced zucchini, and generous handfuls of feta and Swiss. Bake until crusty and golden. This beast is most flavorful if caught and cooked just after laying its eggs. Here we go, we got sheargrub male, same family, Mandiblard. This specimen is a male sheargrub. Having lost both legs and wings, the male burrows into the soil and waits to ambush small creatures that pass by. This beast's mandibles can be dangerous, making creatures such as Pikmin easy prey. Spread several specimens in the bottom of a casserole dish and layer with sliced avocado. Bake until the meat is choice and the cheese is lusciously browned. Got a cloaking burrow knit here. Trilobitins resclusiva, burrow knit family. The snake eye pattern on this beast's shell is one of the most distinctive features of the burrow knit family. The red pattern of the cloaking burrow knit and the spikes around its mantle make it easily identifiable while still making it a representative specimen of the burrow knit family. The shell on the cloaking burrow knit's back also provides a frame that fixes its muscular structure into place, and appears to give the creature its powerful needle-launching attack. Boil in the shell with a pinch of salt until bright red and serve piping hot with tartar sauce. Ah, Matite. I think I was close. Unknown family. Interesting. These parasitic insects feed on eggs. Upon reaching maturity, they excrete a special pheromone that attracts females of particular species, enticing these females to swallow the Matite's whole. Pikmin, however, seem to dislike the scent. After entering the host female's body, the Matites lay their own eggs inside the host's eggs just prior to the host spawning. Wow. Flash fry with garlic and red chilies in a hot pan, then sprinkle with grated gorgonzola. Some dinner guests may find the legs unappealing, so it's best to remove them before serving. Here we have the creeping chrysanthemum, Taraxacum rovinia, chrysanthemum family. Like Pikmin, the creeping chrysanthemum is a member of a group of creatures with ambulatory root structures. This creature is known as a mimic, but because it is actually a form of plant, this label is not entirely accurate. For unknown reasons, the creeping chrysanthemum's mimicry does not fool Pikmin, perhaps because they share a similar heritage. It relies on preying upon other creatures to provide sustenance, so it has no need of leaves for photosynthesis. Generally speaking, the role of plants within an ecosystem is as a producer species, and thus plants are generally found at the bottom of the food pyramid. However, on this strange planet, the line between producer plants and consumer plants is blurred. When thinly sliced, this predator's sizable bulb makes a sumptuous pizza topping. We've got the ivory candy pop bud, Flora niveus candy pop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Considering the microecologies this plant has been found in, one could surmise that it could be found in any cavern, regardless of geographic regions. Tossing Pikmin into this flower always produces white Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color of Pikmin tossed in. In many cases, plants with small leaves typically have limited photosynthetic capabilities, and thus must find alternate means of obtaining nutrients, with parasitic and predatory behaviors being most common. The candy pop could be considered one such example. This elusive flower spoils within seconds of picking, making it unsuitable for cooking. Actually, I went over that one. Here's the honeywisp, Nectara fatus honeywisp family. This floating life form drips effortlessly on the winds. Upon death, its physical structure instantly collapses, and as the creature is particularly elusive and difficult to catch, no sample specimens have been acquired as of yet. If we could simply recover a live sample, research on this species would likely proceed more smoothly. Although the eggs are small, the yolk has a distinctly bold and tangy flavor. Try tossing a few in a pan along with your choice of meat and fresh vegetables, and cook up a country scramble. Here we got the common glowcap, Fungi luminarium glowcap family. The light emitted from this rare mushroom is neither a reflection nor a release of stored light. It grows not only on decomposing trees, but also on soil and rocks. This mushroom's fungal filaments are capable of stabilizing and concentrating pure Hocotadium 111. Oh my gosh. It is none other than the Hocotadium 111 approaching the point of critical mass that causes the glowcap's blue luminescence. Hocotatian element 115 in there. Rapturous, fresh, or sauteed. This illuminating fungus will be hot in the galaxy's trendiest restaurants. Got a horsetail here. Horsetail family, Equestrius vindico. This variety of horsetail is prevalent in regions with low nutrient content in the soil. Unlike most other plants, this particular species propagates itself through the release of spores. Remove and discard the primitive scaly leaves, then blanch the tender stalk in a buttery broth. We have a fiddlehead, Violinae orchestris, fern family. At first glance, this plant resembles the spring used in the ship's sublight engine. Many of its most primitive characteristics remain intact, including its habit of spreading through the dispersal of spores. Sun-dry the leaves for several days, then grind them with a mortar and pestle. The resulting herb grants an aromatic, earthy flavor to mutton and poultry dishes. And here's a margaret, Luminosus croceus, chrysanthemum family. This plant's delicate yellow flowers often inspire waves of nostalgia, giving a bittersweet feeling to any who gaze upon them. Can be eaten fresh out of the soil, but it's much more flavorful when incorporated into a heavenly veggie lasagna. Here's the Empress Bulblax, Oculus matriarcha, grub dog family. Initial observations placed doubt on the capability of the grub dog family to support a strong ant or bee-like social structure, but recent studies show the family is capable of such complexity. The egg sac of the largest female grub dog within a given range swells to dramatic proportions in response to environmental changes, such as the sudden depletion of prey species. These females temporarily take on the role of pack matriarch. Also, in pack formation, it has been observed that nearly all males not involved in species reproduction undergo natural sex changes. The characteristics of such specimens are quite intriguing indeed. For a sophisticated delicacy, make a pâté... Oh, I'm gonna butcher this. Pâté de foie gras from this massively obese creature's liver and spread it over a sesame cracker. And lastly, we have the burrowing snagret. Chiropeds anacondae, Snavian family. The majority of snagret species lie in wait to ambush and capture prey, with a body type perfectly adapted to such sudden strikes. It violently attacks small surface-dwelling insects. Distributed across a relatively wide range, subspecies of snagret suited to the varying soil conditions have emerged, making the snagret the most geographically represented species besides the bulborb. Visually resembling the burrowing snagret is the burrowing snarrow, the range of which partially overlaps with the snagret's range. While the two may appear similar, when pulled from the ground they can be distinguished by the presence or absence of tail and wing markings. Slice the serpentine torso into thin medallions, skewer on a metal rod with hokotate onions, and barbecue over an open flame. Alright, gonna end things off here. Next time on Let's Play Pikmin 2, I'm gonna quickly go through the treasures that we found, and we'll start our next day. See you guys then.